Uh, Hello, everyone, our viewers, and I'm welcoming the poets today participating. And you know that today is the International Women's Day, but at the same time, our world now facing a big problem of war in Ukraine. So this program I will conduct as a mixed program, like we'll listen to the poems on women issues or the relationship of or men and women. At the same time, we will listen to the poems against war, in favor of humanity, or the sufferings of the people in Ukraine. And here we have, at the moment, one poet from Ukraine, and she is Tatiana, and she's in fact safe now. But she may be lucky, but other poets are not lucky. I have invited another poet, and he said it will not be possible for him because he is working for helping the people, those are now suffering from war. And we have another poet from Poland who is a volunteer and working for the refugees of Ukraine. And we will listen to her about the experience which she got. ওকে, প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনাদেরকে একটা কথা বলি। আজকে এই দিনটি হচ্ছে আন্তর্জাতিক নারী দিবস, কিন্তু একই সঙ্গে সঙ্গে সারা পৃথিবী জুড়ে একটা সংকটের মধ্য দিয়ে আমরা চলেছি। সেটা হচ্ছে যে ইউক্রেনে যুদ্ধ চলছে এবং সেখানে রুশ বাহিনীর আগ্রাসনে আক্রান্ত হয়ে প্রায় একটি দেশ প্রচণ্ড সংকটে আছে। ইতিমধ্যে প্রায় 15 লাখ শরণার্থী পার্শ্ববর্তী বিভিন্ন প্রতিবেশী দেশে আশ্রয় নিয়েছে, এবং ওখানে যে শিল্পীরা আছেন, লেখকরা আছেন এবং সাধারণ মানুষ যারা, তারা সবাই বিপন্ন। এই বিপন্নতার ভেতরেও তারা কিন্তু লড়াই করে যাচ্ছে। সবচেয়ে বড় জিনিস হচ্ছে যে তারা খুব আত্মশক্তি নিয়ে এবং এক ধরনের বলা যেতে পারে যে জাতিগত সাহস নিয়ে তারা কিন্তু লড়াই করে যাচ্ছে। আমি একজন কবিকে নিমন্ত্রণ করেছিলাম আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানে আসার জন্য, তিনি ইউক্রেনেই আছেন। আরেকজন কিন্তু তিনি বললেন যে যুদ্ধের জন্য তিনি কাজ করছেন, যুদ্ধে যারা আক্রান্ত হয়েছেন তাদের জন্য কাজ করছেন। অর্থাৎ তার বয়স কিন্তু প্রায় 55 বছর, তারপরেও তিনি কিন্তু যুদ্ধক্ষেত্রে আছেন। তার মানে আমি তাকে জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম যে এরকম কিরকম অবস্থা ওখানকার। তিনি আমাকে বলেছেন যে সবাই আমরা যুদ্ধের আক্রান্ত, কিন্তু আমরা এই লড়াই জিতব। এই লড়াইয়ে আমরা কিছুতেই নত হব না, সেটা রুশ বাহিনী হোক বা যে কোনো আগ্রাসী শক্তি হোক। তো এই যে শক্তি নিয়ে তারা লড়ছে, এবং আজকে একজন কবি উপস্থিত আছেন এই মুহূর্তে ইউক্রেন থেকে, তার কাছ থেকে শুনবো যে তিনি কি অবস্থায় আছেন। আর অন্য যারা আছেন তারা কবিতা পড়বেন একটি করে। সেই কবিতাগুলি কারোর কবিতা হতে পারে নারী বিষয়ক, বা কারোর কবিতা হতে পারে যুদ্ধবিরোধী কবিতা। তো আমি প্রথমেই যাব আমাদের একজন আমি বলতে পারি যে পোল্যান্ডে যিনি রেফিউজিদের সঙ্গে কাজ করছেন ইউক্রেনের, তার অভিজ্ঞতার কথা শুনবো। So I'm just welcoming you everyone, please. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very well. But we don't understand your language. But to hear,
yeah,
yes,
I know
of
that.
course.
I was just communicating with our Bengali viewers, and I was telling about the Women's Day, the significance of it, and as well as the war, what is now going on in Ukraine, and the sufferings of the refugees. And I told them that we'll discuss about these issues, and at the same time, you listen to the poems on women issues or maybe about war. So first, just I want to ask Kupreska. Kupreska is from Poland, and before she came to my program many times, but today we have come. It is a different situation now in Poland and as well as in the world. We are just facing a problem of war. And so, Kupreska, first of all, I just want to ask you about your experience over there in Ukraine. Sorry, in Poland, about
In
the
Poland.
Ukrainian refugees. You are a volunteer, I know. And
Yes.
would you please share your experience with us as a volunteer who working for the refugees?
We have about 1 million people from Ukraine in Poland now. It's a lot of people, so there are many logistic problems concerned with it, and we try to help these people. And I must say the Polish people are incredible because they invite foreign people to their own homes to share their flats and food and everything what they have. So it's amazing. I think it happens very rarely, but I'm proud that my people are such good ones. And but the wave of refugees is growing, so we try to help to some owners of hotels, give them shelter, and the mayors of cities, everybody wants to help. So people from Ukraine have free tickets for trains. Now in Poland, they can. It's enough to have a passport to travel by free, and we give them
Okay,
because
Kupreska, okay, thank you very much, Kupreska. I'll come you again. Just now, I want to just
okay,
give
too
the,
long. Sorry.
I am inviting. Just a minute. I'm inviting
Okay.
Tim because he needs to leave early. So, Tim, please, you read your poem and share your experience. One question to everyone: that what is the message you want to give to the world as a poet? You start with the answer of this question, and then you read your poem, please, Tim.
Hello, everyone. Masood, I'm wondering if this is, I'm prepared to read a piece of short prose, and it's really not.
Oh, yes, you will read a short prose.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Then you read the prose.
It's, yeah,
and
it's a
you
short
can
piece of
answer to
prose.
the question. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll just mention that I'm working on a collection of short fiction called Parentheticals. The idea behind the collection is that the stories focus on the majority of New Yorkers who don't participate in the grand narrative of New York City. These are the forgotten people. So the collection is focused on the less heroic, the less celebrated. And I guess with that, I can just begin reading the first piece in the collection. Is that okay, Masood?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll proceed.
And I want to tell you the viewers that Tim is from Newark, and he's a fiction writer, and at the same time, you are you have an organization, right?
I am a
Tim?
co-founder and the director of New York Writers Workshop, which is a nonprofit
Yes.
literary organization, a teaching organization. We do a lot of work in and around the 5 boroughs of New York City, but we're also international. Our most recent international conference took place in Sardinia, maybe about 10 days before COVID broke. I remember landing back at the New York City airports and seeing reports from Italy that COVID was spreading. And then the world shut down. So we have not been working abroad since then, although we're re-entering the world in May. We'll be doing a conference in Athens, Greece, and then moving from Athens to the island of Ithra in Greece for about a 12-day or 14-day conference with people like the poet Ravi Shankar, the poet and fiction writer Kim Adonisio, Moira Egan and Damiano Abene from Rome, translators and poets. And we'll have an international gathering of students as well, people participating from Mexico, Singapore, the US, Australia, hopefully from Bangladesh.
Thank you very much, Tim. We'll be really happy to know this. Okay, would you please read your fiction now?
Sure. So this is called The Book I Read. I lived in the apartment below the philosophy professor and his wife, the painter. He had written several famous books. She exhibited in respected galleries. I imagined their apartment to be wall-to-wall books interspersed with original paintings. It was the kind of apartment I imagined I'd inhabit someday, even if that day seemed very far off and I had no idea how I'd get there. From an earlier marriage, the philosophy professor had a daughter. She had short hair and short skirts and looked like Jean Seberg in the movie Breathless. Sometimes she and the philosophy professor walked arm in arm up the hill toward Broadway, pressing books against their chests as they leaned into the wind. They'd laugh at how hard the wind made it to climb the hill. I thought I'd like to have a daughter like that, someone I could laugh with at the silly things. And I thought I'd like to have a father like the philosophy professor, someone with big ideas, but who could still find pleasure in everyday challenges. At the university, I'd seen men's room graffiti about the philosophy professor and his daughter, what they did with each other. It struck me as crude and unfair. One day, the daughter knocked at my door. I was playing the Talking Heads song, The Book I Read, and she wanted to talk about this song. So did I. We had a long, meaningful discussion from afternoon to early evening. It touched on many significant points. I suggested how good it would be if her father, the philosopher, were with us. He'd have interesting philosophies to share. I mentioned the crude graffiti I'd seen in the university men's room. How unfair I thought it was. She shrugged. They had seen it too. It didn't bother them, she said. She pointed to my t-shirt. It showed a picture of my favorite Rolling Stone, the guitarist Brian Jones, deceased, sneering at the camera. You want to trade, she said, holding out the hem of her t-shirt. Hers was the Robert Mapplethorpe portrait of Patti Smith that appears on the album Horses. I liked it well enough, not as much as my Brian Jones, but I said, okay. What she did then, well, I still think about it. Without hesitation, she pulled the t-shirt right over her head. She wore nothing underneath. She was petite, small breasts, but not boyish. There was no mistaking what she was. That happened in my kitchen. It had grown pretty dark and I hadn't turned on any lights. Still, I lived on the ground floor. What would someone walking up the hill think, I wondered, if they looked in? I thought they'd think, how could that clown get so lucky? I hope they did look in and think that. She didn't seem to think anything. She handed me her shirt the way you'd hand a cashier a book. I handed her mine. Then she went back upstairs. For the next hour or so, I heard her walking around up there. I stared at the ceiling, trying to picture where she was, the books around her, the paintings. I saw her a couple more times after that, walking with her father up the windy hill, always carrying books. Later, she moved to Berlin and published her own book. a memoir about growing up in New York City with a philosopher father. For her author photo, she posed in front of graffiti on the Berlin Wall. The graffiti struck me as crude, but I couldn't read it. I had the impression that she could. Below an unbuttoned blazer, she wore my Brian Jones t-shirt. In that way, I became immortal. Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. It was a wonderful short fiction, and I'm very grateful to Tim because he's a very busy person, and he has just joined with us. And this is the first time I got him in our program. So, Tim, now just another the question. And would you please say something, the message, what you want to give to the world or the writers or the viewers on the ongoing war in Ukraine?
Oh, well, that's a big topic. I was just talking with a friend in the gym about what it means vis-a-vis the U.S. And anytime there's a world catastrophe, I think the first thing that I wonder about is how has the U.S. contributed to this? And this is what was going through my mind. I just hope that we're able to, or that they're able to cease and desist immediately. And I hope that nations like the U.S., which seems to muddle in everything and get everything all muddled up, stays out of it, except with unqualified aid to those in need. I don't think we have here any moral credibility to make suggestions to anyone about anything. So I hope we keep our noses out of it and our money flowing. That's my message.
Well, thank you very much, Tim. And would you like to leave now or later? It's up to you.
I do need to leave. I have a meeting at 11:30 with my committee at NYU. So I apologize for the very abrupt departure. It's been a pleasure and an honor to meet all of you, and an honor to meet you, Masood. You're a very persistent man. You don't take no, and I appreciate that. Sometimes I need it.
Well, see you again. Goodbye.
Absolutely. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
So you have just heard a short fiction from Tim Tomlinson, and he's really a busy person as a writer and also an organizer. And he is the co-founder of a Newark literary something, an organization like this, Newark Writers Workshop. And he is the co-founder, one of the co-founders of that organization. Okay, and we just now I can add another poet, and Shumon was waiting there. So Shumon, can you hear me?
Yes, I am hearing you. Good morning, good evening, all of you.
Yeah, Shumon is from Nepal.
Yeah, I'm from Nepal.
Shumon is from Nepal. So ওয়েলকাম ইউ। প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনাদেরকে আবার কিছুটা বাংলাতে বলি। সেটা হচ্ছে যে একটু আগে যিনি ছিলেন টিম টমলিনসন, তিনি যুক্ত হয়েছিলেন নিউইয়র্ক থেকে, এবং নিউইয়র্ক রাইটার্স ওয়ার্কশপের তিনি একজন কো-ফাউন্ডার। আর পড়লেন একটা ছোট গল্প, এবং ওর ব্যস্ততা থাকার কারণে, বিশেষ করে একটা ওই মিটিংয়ের কারণে ও আমাদেরকে ছেড়ে চলে গেলেন। কিন্তু যে লেখাটি পড়লেন এটা পরে আমরা দি আর্চারে প্রকাশ করব। তো এখন আমি কিছু কথা শুনতে চাই ইউক্রেনের বিষয়ে। আমাদের এখানে এই মুহূর্তে উপস্থিত আছেন ইউক্রেন থেকে তাতিয়ানা। তো নাও জাস্ট আই ওয়ান্ট টু invite Tatiana, who has been connected from Ukraine, but just before connecting her in this program, she was telling that they are now on a mountain, living on a mountain. So not in a normal place or city. They are now living in mountain. So safe. And Tatiana, can you hear me now? You know that the connection is not good from there, from Ukraine. So I'm not getting her now. And she is trying to be connected with us. She's a wonderful poet. Yes, now I'm seeing her with her husband. Yes, we know that the connection is not that much good. So I'll not just spare the time. I'm just asking Tatiana to talk about the situation over there. What is now, in fact? Yeah, please, Yuri, you tell. Before you telling, let Tatiana talk. Yes.
Okay, Tatiana will start and I will translate every sentence.
Yeah.
Усім доброго дня. Мене звати Тетяна Череп-Пероганич, я українська письменниця, прозаїк і журналістка. Мій чоловік – засновник української Вікіпедії в Україні.
Her name is Tatiana. She is a poet and journalist, and I'm her husband, and I'm founder of Wikimedia Ukraine. It represents Wikipedia in Ukraine.
Ми жили дуже щасливим і хорошим життям, і ніколи не думали, що станемо біженцями.
We live a very happy and very nice life, and never thought that we will become refugees.
Мій старший син залишився захищати Київ.
Her older son is in Kyiv protecting it from enemies.
Путін – це дуже страшно.
Putin, it is very, very dangerous.
Моя мама, літня жінка, сьогодні сама в оточенні танків у селі з односельчанами.
Her mother, she is an elder woman. She is almost 70 years old. She is alone, and she is surrounded by enemies, by Russian tanks.
Вони просто ходять по селу і стріляють в мирних жителів.
They are walking. They are going in the village and killing usual civil people.
Взяли в заложники 30 діток з інтернатів і прикриваються ними, щоб їх не могли вибити українські війська.
They took as I don't know the word 30 children from the school, and they use the children as a shield to protect themselves.
Вони не шкодують дітей. Сьогодні в Маріуполі померла дівчинка від зневоднення в будинку, який завалений від їхніх ракет.
Today in Mariupol, one 6 years old child, a girl, died without water because there was not enough water.
Користуючись нагодою, дуже хочу подякувати Алісії і всім людям, які так багато роблять для українців. Сьогодні наші знайомі знайшли собі прихисток і в Польщі, в Іспанії, в Нідерландах. Нам дуже важлива ваша підтримка навіть от в таких речах, як зараз відбувається.
We want to use this possibility to say thank you to Alicia Kuberska for her help. Because it is very important your support even in the way we have it now.
Ще хочеться сказати, що навіть тут люди, які залишили свої домівки, ми не сидимо без діла, об'єднуємося, стаємо волонтерами, допомагаємо коштами, якимись справами і віримо в те, що незабаром це все закінчиться.
We are not just sitting, we are volunteering here, helping people to find a place to live, and we hope that this will end very soon.
Ця поезія, яку я прочитаю, вона про мою вчорашню розмову з мамою, яка сидить без тепла, без світла сама вдома.
The poetry the verse Tanya want to read, it's about her talking with her mom, which is in the village without war, without food, and so it's about.
Yuri, just wait. We'll come again when she will read the poem. Would you please wait for a few minutes? Later, I will invite her to read her
sorry,
poems.
I'm sorry, but I have to leave in 5 minutes. So if it's possible, just to let her read the poem now.
Okay, Yuri.
Мамо, ну як ти? Зварила собі та котові їсти. Коли щось роблю, менше думається про лихо. Минулої ночі так гепало, що ні лягти, ні сісти. А зараз тривожно, але хоча б на трохи вже стихло. За мене не бійся, озброєна твоя матір. Не здужає відбиватись, та то справа друга. Сапає в сараї, сокира, ще 2 лопати. Сміятись, не плакати, але трохи стомила напруга. Сусіди заходять. Є їсти, що і що пити, ми тут всі один за одного стіною, ви тільки себе бережіть, дорогі наші діти, побачимося, не плач ще цією весною. І що тому ворогові на землі нашій треба? Пора ж така саме, гляди вже й городи орати, учора пташки перелітні собою заслали півнеба, підсніжники перші з'явились в садку біля хати.
That's all. I am not able to translate it. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. About Mama, right? Who is suffering now? About from where?
She's suffering a
where
lot.
she is living, Mama and other relatives. Where they are living now?
She is living in Chernigiv region. It's about 100 kilometers from to the east from Kiev. And this territory is occupied now by Russian tanks, and they are fighting now civil people. They took their food. They took it's just like enemies, like animals. They are not. Their behavior is not like people, but like animals. It's very dangerous and very frightful.
But how many people are there in your family?
Just one mother. She's alone, and also there. Her brother is in the village nearby, and the situation is the same. No electricity, no connection. It's impossible to talk with them, and I know also one of my friends is.
Can you contact with her over telephone?
We was able to contact with her yesterday, but not today. Today there is no any connection. So it's a humanitarian disaster will happen in few days, I think. I know that in cities nearby Kiev, like Irpin, like Bucha, for 12 people, they are. It is impossible to go away from this place, and the people don't have food. They don't have. They have nothing, and they will die in few days. Just civil people, usual people.
So
Russian soldiers don't allow them to leave the place.
Yeah, understood. So the catastrophe is very grave over there. Okay. I'm just. You can leave now because you have the problem in Ukraine and you are facing now. But you have to solve it. Whatever you can do. Thank you very much, Tatiana, for joining with us, and also your husband Yuri. I hope that you will be safe over there. Every people in Ukraine, and we are with you. We are beside you, and we just what we can do, we'll do. But remember that we are with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Дякую.
It's important for us.
Again. Thank you. A few words I want to say to my viewers from Bangladesh. আপনারা শুনলেন তাতিয়ানার কথা। তিনি ইউক্রেন থেকে আমাদের সঙ্গে যুক্ত হয়েছিলেন। কি দুঃসহ অবস্থার মধ্যে দিয়ে তারা চলেছেন। তার একেবারেই তাতিয়ানার মা কিয়েভে আছেন এবং একা। আর সবাই, যেহেতু উনি একটু বয়স্ক, সেই জন্যে ওখানে রয়ে গেছেন। আর অন্যেরা বাড়ি ছেড়ে গেছেন, বিশেষ করে যাদের বয়স কম, তারা যুদ্ধের জন্যও ওখানে কাজ করছেন, তরুণরা এবং নারী পুরুষ নির্বিশেষে। এবং এখন রুশ সেনাবাহিনী যেটা বললেন তাতিয়ানা, সেটা হলো যে কিছু জায়গা দখল করেছে এবং বেশ কিছু জায়গায় তারা ঘিরে রেখেছে, আর বিদ্যুৎ নেই, পানি নেই, এবং ওদের মা তিনি এই সংকটে আছেন। একই সঙ্গে সঙ্গে সেখানে যোগাযোগ করাও যাচ্ছে না। গতকাল পর্যন্ত যোগাযোগ করতে পেরেছেন, কিন্তু আজকে আর যোগাযোগ করা সম্ভব হয়নি। সেটাই বললেন তাতিয়ানার হাজব্যান্ড ইউরি। আজকে ওরা কোনো যোগাযোগ করতে পারেননি। বিদ্যুৎ না থাকলে তো যোগাযোগ করার সম্ভবই না, কারণ বিদ্যুৎ না থাকলে সেখানে ইন্টারনেট কানেকশন থাকবে না, ফোনের কানেকশন থাকবে না, এবং সেটাই হয়েছে। এবং খুবই অমানবিকভাবে, মানে মানুষের বাড়ি থেকে বা মানুষের কাছে যে খাদ্য ছিল, সেই খাদ্য নিয়ে যাচ্ছে এই রুশ সেনাবাহিনীর এরা। এবং এই যে দুঃসহ অবস্থা, এই যে সংকট, এটা আসলে একটা বলার মতো নয়, এরকম সংকট ওদের কাছে যেটা শুনলাম এতক্ষণ। এবং প্রতি মুহূর্তে বিপদের মধ্যে ওরা আছেন। এটা আমাদের মতো যারা স্বাভাবিক জীবনযাপন করছে এখন, তাদের পক্ষে এটা বোঝা একেবারেই সম্ভব নয় যে ইউক্রেনে মানুষেরা কিভাবে এখন এই যুদ্ধের সংকটে আছেন। এবং শিশুদেরকে, যে কথাটা খুবই মারাত্মক মনে হলো আমার কাছে এবং খুবই অমানবিকের, মানে এটা যুদ্ধাপরাধের সামিল, যে শিশুদেরকে হিউম্যান শিল্ড হিসেবে ঢাল হিসেবে ব্যবহার করে রুশরা যুদ্ধ করছে। অর্থাৎ শিশুদেরকে সামনে রেখে, ইউক্রেনি শিশুদেরকে সামনে রেখে তার পেছন থেকে রুশ বাহিনী যুদ্ধ করছে। তার মানেটা হলো যে শিশুদের উপরে তো ইউক্রেনিয়ানরা হামলা করতে পারবে না, তারা নিজেরাই আক্রান্ত হবে, ইউক্রেনের যোদ্ধারা। কারণ শিশুদের উপরে তো তারা অমানবিকভাবে, তাদের নিজেদের শিশুদের উপরে তো, বা যে কোনো শিশুর উপরেই তো হামলা করাটা একটা অমানবিক ব্যাপার। সেটা করবে না ইউক্রেনিয়ানরা। তাদের নিজেদের সন্তানদের উপরে নিশ্চয়ই গুলি চালিয়ে তারপরে রুশ বাহিনীকে আক্রমণ করবে না। শিশুদের পেছনে তো রুশ বাহিনীর লোকেরা আছে। তো এইটা একেবারেই, মানে এই অভিজ্ঞতা এটা কখনো শুনিনি আমি। আমি অনেক সংবাদ পড়েছি, পত্রিকায় দেখেছি, টেলিভিশনে, এবং প্রতিনিয়ত আন্তর্জাতিক সংবাদগুলো দেখছিলাম, কিন্তু এই অভিজ্ঞতা এর কাছ থেকেই, ইউরির কাছ থেকে প্রথম শুনলাম। তো যাই হোক, আমরা শুধু বলতে পারি যে আমরা ওদের সঙ্গে আছি, এবং এই দুঃসময়ে আমরা কে কি করতে পারবো জানি না, তবে আমাদের প্রতিবাদ যেন আমাদের কণ্ঠে ধ্বনিত হয়, এইটুকু বলতে চাই। তো একটা বিষাদময় পরিস্থিতির কথা আপনারা শুনলেন, কিন্তু কিছু করার ছিল না। আমি আসলে বুঝতেই চাইছিলাম যে ইউক্রেনে কি ঘটছে, আপনাদেরকে জানাই। তো এখন আমি অন্য একজন কবির কাছে যাচ্ছি। Now I'm just going to the poet Bojena. Bojena, are you from England now?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
So Bojena, are you there? Yes, we are hearing.
Okay. So what would you like to know for start?
You may read your poem, or you may just talk about the situation over there in Ukraine.
you know that this whole situation brings back my grandmother's memories from the Second War, especially that my mother's family comes from Lutsk, which is on Ukraine territory now, and it was a Polish part before the Second War. So when I hear the familiar names town, it makes me very, emotional. And all this information we didn't expect. We were still dreaming that it will go by without the war, but Putin is such a nasty creature that he did what he did. But I would like not involve animals in this because animals kill only when they need to eat. They don't kill for any other purpose. So that only people are such a nasty creatures. Because asthma is killing me today, so I am going to read my poem only in English, not in my native language, if you don't mind.
Just a minute,
The poem
Bożena.
is-
Bożena is from Poland,
Yes.
and she is now living in England, and she is a
Yes.
renowned poet from Poland. Please, Bożena, go ahead.
So my poem just is quite fresh, it's still hot, and I managed to record it 2 days ago, and it's called How Can I Tell You, Son? How can I tell you, my son, that there is no home anymore, that your rocking horse got burned, that I haven't anything to eat for you? How can I tell you, son, that the roof from which used to watch the starry sky completely collapsed day before? How can I tell you, son, that you can't see your beloved grandmother anymore? She was trapped and died under the rubble of house. How can I tell you, son, that grandfather has gone forever too? He went to save grandmother, but instead died burned alive. How can I tell you, son, that there is no street on which you grew up and you knew so well each corner of it? How can I tell you, my son, that daddy went to heaven last night? He died in a hospital, saving other people's life while it was bombed by an enemy. How can I tell you, my son, that you have to live on, although the world is dying around now, though the world is burning? Though you are a kid, now remember that immortal spirit still lives in us. It connects us in a need and allows us to survive no matter how tough our life is now. We will defeat the monster which has attacked insidiously during the night, and we will be living in the land of our ancestors as it is our land and belongs to us. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Bożena, Helena Manju Nowak, and the wonderful poem. And we are facing the monsters in the world. She mentioned this in her poem. প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা শুনলেন বোজেনার কবিতা। তিনি পোল্যান্ডের কবি, যুক্ত হয়েছেন ইংল্যান্ড থেকে। তো আমাদেরকে কবিতা শোনালেন, এবং এই কবিতাটির মধ্যেই আছে যে কিভাবে আমরা যে বিভৎসতা, পশুত্ব মানুষের মধ্যে, কিন্তু একটা চমৎকার কথা বলেছেন বোজেনা, যে আমি পশুর সঙ্গে এই হামলাকারী বা আক্রমণকারীদের তুলনা করতে চাই না, কারণ পশুরা তখনই শুধু আক্রমণ করে যখন তাদের খিদে পায়, খাদ্যের প্রয়োজন হয়। কিন্তু মানুষ সে হচ্ছে এমন যে সে তার নিজের যে কোনো ক্ষুদ্র স্বার্থে হলেও আক্রমণ করে অন্যকে। So thank you very much, Bożena, for your wonderful recitation of a wonderful poem. And I hope that I will just get you later in another program. And so I want to say goodbye, if you never mind. Some other poets are waiting on the backstage. So see you again. তো আমরা বোজেনার কবিতা শুনলাম এবং আমাদের আরো কয়েকজন যেহেতু অপেক্ষায় আছেন ব্যাক স্টেজে আছেন, আমি তাদেরকে নেব, কিন্তু আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি না যে শামীম আজাদের আমাকে মেসেজ দিয়েছেন, কিন্তু শামীম আজাদকে আমি ব্যাক স্টেজে দেখছি না। তো যাই হোক, আমি আবার অনুষ্ঠানে ফিরি এবং এই অনুষ্ঠানে আমরা বিভিন্ন দেশের কবিদেরকে পেয়েছি। নেপালের আছে, আমেরিকা এই মুহূর্তে স্পিসাক আছেন, নেপালের সুমন আছেন এবং নর্মা গঞ্জালেজ আছেন স্পেন থেকে, এবং Lucilla Trapezo. From where you are now? Are you from Italy now?
At the moment, I'm back in Switzerland. I am both nationalities, Swiss and Italian, and I travel a lot. So in a few days, I'll be in Iraq. So
Yeah.
at the moment, I'm in
Again, you
Switzerland.
are going to Iraq.
Yes.
Yes. So আরো আছেন আমাদের সঙ্গে মার্সিয়া ডুটা, তিনি এখন বোধহয় রোমানিয়ায় আছেন। Are you from Romania now, Duta? Unmute, please.
I think yes. I think it goes better if I unmute. So good evening. Here it's evening. Thank you very much for the invite. I'm privileged and happy to be with you and within your program and with all of those wonderful poets and commenters.
Okay, so now I just want to go to Shumon. Shumon, I know it is already late over there in Nepal, so just I'm inviting you to share your thoughts about today, the International Women's Day, and whatever you like, you can talk, and you will read one poem, I know. So you can read in Nepalese first, and then you can follow the English translation. Okay, over
you
to
so much.
Shumon.
Okay,
The
thank
first
you so much.
টাইম সুমন আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানে এসেছেন এবং সুমন নেপাল থেকে, আমাদের একেবারেই প্রতিবেশী, মানে খুব কাছের প্রতিবেশী, আমাদের ভেরি ক্লোজ নেইবার সুমন। এবং I don't know that Shumon knows can understand Bangla or not. Can you understand Bangla, Shumon?
No, I can understand little bit, but what you are saying, totally I don't understand. But to some extent, I can understand you because we are very near border.
Yeah, and
okay,
you understand Hindi rather than Bangla.
Yeah, I understand Hindi. Some of my friends are Bangla also while I was in school, but at that time I can understand and I could speak little bit nicely, but nowadays I forgot, and to some extent I can understand.
Okay, Shumon.
Okay, thank you so
please.
much, and yeah, thank you so much. I'm very pleased to be the part of this program, and I am very happy to see all the poets from different country, from different region, and I am feeling lucky to have such a as a participant. It's such a wonderful program, and today in Nepal also we had celebrated International Women's Day. It in various literary program we had participated, and we recited poem that is dedicating for women, and we are just wanting one of the peaceful country, one of the discrimination free country. I don't know, in different Western country there may be women have some good sort of position, but in Nepal still we are facing discrimination. Here women are considered second citizen. That's why we are still have to fight for the women to be the better world, to be the better society. So I'm very happy to keep my words over here for this International Women's Day, and I wish you all happy International Women's Day. And on this very moment, I'm going to recite my poem today. Here, our host is telling me to recite in Nepali first, then after in English. Okay, I will follow as you are saying. I don't know how many of you can understand Nepali or not, but I will recite poem in Nepali first. मेरो कविताको शीर्षक छ नितान्त एक्लो। एक्लो छु नितान्त एक्लो, फुर्सदिला दिनहरूले कहिले घोज्छन् मलाई, कहिले काउकुती लाउँछन्। प्रतियोगी विहीन मनको यस विशाल रङ्गशालामा खेलहरू स्थगित छन् र खाली भएको छ मैदान। हार्नुको पीडा बोधले गर्नु परेको छैन, बरु आत्मसंवेग र संवादहरूको विजय उत्सवमा रमाइरहेछु। प्रतिस्पर्धी विहीन कतै छुटेको विराट साम्राज्यमा मेरो सुखको मेरो दुःखको मनै हुँ उत्पादक र मै उपभोक्ता। जीवन चिमोटिन्दा होस् या काउकुती लाग्दा चलिरहन्छ हृदयको गति आफ्नै लय र प्रवाहहरूमा। Thank you so much. I will translate this poem in English. The title of this poem is I'm All Alone. Alone. I'm all alone. My leisurely days pierce me sometime, tickles too. My mind, which used to run marathon, is calm now. I don't get tired of losing. My inner thoughts and monologue have not been defeated yet, as they have built good bonding of understanding. It huge empire where no competitors reside. I am the self-consumer of my loneliness. None cares or bothers me. It doesn't matter whether I'm being tickled or pierced. My heart always smiles, and so does the nature. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy
Very well.
to be a part of this program. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you too. The first time I have heard a poem from a Nepali female poet, and it's really a wonderful poem which you have read. So, Shumon, next time
Yes.
we'll meet again.
Okay.
And I hope that you will join with us in the next program. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good
See
night,
you
everyone.
then.
See you again. Thank
Okay, another poet is waiting on the backstage, and she is, in fact, two poets are waiting on the backstage. Beatriz from Mexico, and Shamima Ajad from England, from London, and Beatriz from Mexico. So first, I'm taking Shamima Ajad because she's waiting for a long time. Beatriz, never mind. I'll just add you within a few minutes. Okay. Okay, Shamima Ajad, welcome to you.
Hi, everyone. I had been listening to you all. It was a wonderful opportunity to listen to this show, and it is heartbreaking to listen to the poet's experience from Ukraine.
Yeah, Shamim. So I'll come to you later. Now I just want to go to Norma Gonzalez from Spain. Norma.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to
Yes,
be with
Norma,
you.
just I want to introduce her to the viewers and to the guest poets that she is a professor of literature and a poet, essayist, researcher, and originally she's from Argentina, but now is living in Spain for long years. So, Bozena, Norma Gonzalez, sorry, not Bozena. Sometimes I confuse with the names.
Yes,
So, would you please share your experience
yes,
about the day, that means the International Women's Day?
yes. So each 8th of March is a day to ask for a reivindication of the right of women and engagement with the world. Today, seeing the situation that we are living around the world, seeing what Tatiana and Yuri have been telling us, such a story, so sad. We want to say, as women that we are, that we do not want the war. We don't want our children to go to war, to any war, because we women work for peace. We look after our families. We look after our beloved, and we work. We are free of choice. And we are very sorry for what is happening in Ukraine, for what was happening and is still happening in Kabul and in so many places around the world. If you allow me, I have written a poem saying no to war, and I would like to dedicate it to those that are suffering from this war. I say no to war. Siren sound, curfews, a cloud of great colors invade the skies of Kiev that shakes under the serpentic shade of war, invoking the fires of devil that call for death. Grandparents that run along the streets burst into tears deafened by the blowing of bombs, appalling cries of the children that covered their ears, endless rows of vehicles fleeing to nowhere, families carrying their belongings along the way to nowhere, in exile to the uncertain destiny of the hard hours of desperation. The snow so white like a sepulchre turns red, while the sky cries its frozen tears. Eyes, strong bodies, young, packed in uniforms, aim at the defenseless, at those they don't know, not even want to kill. Beings who also have a mother, a father, children, a home, a history. No, it's not a game. Soldiers that obey the designs of those who from their sofas move the pieces where the king always wins, never does the chess pawn. The little girl hugged to her little bear dreams in their shelter. The little girl dreams about her next summer. Everything will be soon over and will come back home, piously lies her mom to her in her restless sleep. The little bear dreams about its green fields and forests. Other beings in the corners of the subway or the basement, shoulder to shoulder in the earth wells, they tear themselves in dry tears up to the whirling border, while their fathers up there hold a gun that had never wanted to shoot. They live just fed by courage and hunger of justice, and in the justice of dreams only are they redeemed and immolated. Innocent blood runs along the empty streets, lost to their will. Reading of barbarism, the smell of burnt out corpses, fires, so many dead. Or as the ones who rule us say, just collateral damages. The whole vision gets transformed without pause in a perpetual fire, and in spite of that, we go on turning round in our own axis, imperceptibly, coming back war after war in the stubbornness of the ego, in the sporadic silence of the truth. A child recites a poem, No to War. That is what we say in Women's Day. We don't want any more wars. Thank you.
a clear message from Norma Gonzalez that we don't want war.
From here,
And also the women's
from
side
Valencia, from Spain.
is always, sometimes you know that women also always in war with the men. It happens. It is happening even all around the world. So, প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা শুনলেন নর্মা গঞ্জালেসের কবিতা, স্পেন থেকে আমাদের সঙ্গে যুক্ত হয়েছেন। তিনি যুদ্ধবিরোধী একটা কবিতা পড়লেন এবং সেখানে যেটা পরিষ্কারভাবে উনি বলেছেন সেটা আপনারা শুনেছেন, সেটা হলো যে যুদ্ধের বিরুদ্ধেই আমাদের লেখক কবিতার অবস্থান। So, Norma, would you like to stay with us?
Well, if you want to have those.
No problem if you stay.
Well, I can stay and read more poems if you want, the ones that we prepare for
No,
today.
just I want to listen something more from you. So if you go, just go to now. If I just say you to go to backstage, and later I will connect you.
Okay, later on. Yes. I can connect later on. Yes.
Okay, just you wait on the backstage. Please.
Okay. Thank you.
ওকে, নর্মা গঞ্জালেসকে একটা পরিচয় আমি দেই। আমি যে পত্রিকাটি সম্পাদন করি ইংরেজিতে বা বহুভাষী যে পত্রিকাটা, সেটির নাম হচ্ছে দি আর্চার। দি আর্চারের স্প্যানিশ ভাষার সম্পাদক হচ্ছে নর্মা। এবং আগেই পরিচয় দিয়েছি যে নর্মা কিন্তু ইংরেজি ভাষার শিক্ষক স্পেনে। একই সঙ্গে তিনি হচ্ছেন আসলে মূলত তার জন্ম হচ্ছে আর্জেন্টিনায়, কিন্তু বহু বছর ধরে বা বলা যায় তিনি এখন স্পেনেরই নাগরিক, থাকেন মাদ্রিদে। তো নর্মার কথা শুনলাম, আমরা কবিতাও শুনলাম, ইংরেজিতেই পড়লেন, উনি আর স্প্যানিশ ভাষায় পড়েননি। তো সেদিক থেকে একটা সময় বেঁচেছে আমাদের। সেই জন্যে আমি এখন আরেকজন কবির কাছে যেতে চাই। আমি জানি একমাত্র এখানে শামীম আজাদ এবং সুস্মিতা ছাড়া কেউ আমার বাংলা বুঝতে পারছেন না, মানে উপস্থিত কবিদের মধ্যে, কারণ সুস্মিতার বাড়ি হচ্ছে মালদাতে, দিল্লিতে পড়াশোনা করেন, বাঙালি। আর শামীম আজাদ বাংলাদেশের কবি এবং গল্পকার। আরেকটি বড় পরিচয় হচ্ছে যে লন্ডনে তিনি দীর্ঘকাল ধরে যুক্ত আছেন বিভিন্ন ধরনের সাংস্কৃতিক কর্মকাণ্ডের সঙ্গে, বিশেষ করে যারা ইংল্যান্ডে, বিশেষ করে লন্ডনে আছেন, কিন্তু বিভিন্ন দেশ থেকে ওখানে গেছেন, বিশেষ করে বাংলাদেশ থেকে যারা গেছেন, এবং ওখানকার যারা ব্রিটিশ লেখক কবি তাদের সঙ্গে যৌথভাবে শিল্পের সঙ্গে মানে কবিতাকে একটা পারফর্মিং এর স্তরে নিয়ে তিনি জনপ্রিয় করে তুলেছেন, চর্চার জায়গায় নিয়ে এসেছেন। এবং একই সঙ্গে যেটা করেছেন সেটা হলো যে আমাদের সাহিত্যকে ইংল্যান্ডে, বিশেষ করে লন্ডনে তিনি আন্তর্জাতিকভাবে পরিচিত করিয়েছেন। এবং সেদিক থেকে বলবো যে প্রথম আসলে শামীমই এই উদ্যোগটা নিয়েছেন। এবং তারপরে আমার মাথায় এসেছিল কোভিডের সময় যে আন্তর্জাতিক কবিতা উৎসব করা যায় কিনা, এই যে আয়োজনটা আজকে দেখছেন, এরকম আয়োজন করা যায় কিনা, সেটা আমি দীর্ঘদিন করেছি এবং আবার কিছুদিন বিরতি দিয়ে আবার শুরু করলাম। কিন্তু এটা তো আর আগের মতো হবে না, কারণ এখন আমরা অনেকটা স্বাভাবিক জীবনে ফিরে এসেছি। কিন্তু দূর দূরান্তে যারা থাকেন তাদেরকে যুক্ত করতে হলে এই প্ল্যাটফর্মের বিকল্প নেই, সেই জন্য এটাও চলবে। আর আমরা তো মুখোমুখি সামনাসামনি অনুষ্ঠান করবই বা করেও চলেছে। এখন বাংলাদেশে একটা ভালো খবর হচ্ছে যে কোভিডটা প্রায় শূন্যের নেমে এসছে, কোভিডের প্রকোপটা। সেই জন্য আমরা খুব একটু স্বস্তিতে আছি, কিন্তু আমাদের সাবধান থাকতে হবে, এখনো আমাদের সুরক্ষা নিতে হবে। অর্থাৎ আমি সেই কথাটা আবার মনে করিয়ে দিই, যদিও অনেকবার আমরা শুনেছি, এখনো শুনি, সেটা হচ্ছে মাস্ক পরুন এবং নিরাপদ থাকুন। তা আমি শামীমের কাছে আসছি। শামীম তার অভিজ্ঞতাটা যদি এখন শেয়ার করেন আমাদের সঙ্গে সংক্ষেপে, তাহলে ভালো হয়। আমি গঞ্জালেসকে, নর্মা, আই এম জাস্ট সেইং ইউ গুড বাই, প্লিজ ওয়েট অন দ্য ব্যাক স্টেজ।
ওকে,
Shamim, please.
Hi, Masood. I really consider this is an opportunity, really a big opportunity for me to join with all these poets who are at Tirandaj, and you are doing such a wonderful job. And especially today, like the session didn't actually was limited towards the poetry. It was the experience. Straight away, we could hear the experience live from Ukraine. Unbelievable. And I'm living in London for more than 30 years. I'm experiencing it because the person who helps us at home, she's called Tonia Cheshel. She is from Ukraine, and she was crying her heart out because her mom is stuck in the war. So what you were saying, Masood, is true. মাসুদ যা বলছিলেন এটা তো সত্য। যুদ্ধ, বিগ্রহ, ধ্বংস কিছু হলে সবচেয়ে বেশি মেয়েরা ভুক্তভোগী হয়, সবচেয়ে বেশি মেয়েরা ভোগে। এবং এটা আজকে আমরা আন্তর্জাতিক নারী দিবস পালন করছি। Women are always the worst victim of the war. And what can I say? It is true. The realities of the ordinary people on the earth are determined by only few people who are self-righteous politicians. And this is what is happening now. And women are the worst victim. My poem is about women, and it is a published poem. And this is, I was inspired. I was in Greece, Athens, and I was visiting an art gallery where I saw Salvador Dali's, one of his paintings. I'm a fan of his work. I could see a man holding a plum and running. And the title was Running Plum Man. And I was inspired by that. Why? Because when I looked at the man, I thought, he is running with a fruit. To me, fruit symbolizes the life, the power, the brain, and the ability. And that doesn't belong to men only. It is equally true for women. And I thought, I look at women, that they are full of fruits everywhere. It goes like this. The poem is titled as Fruit Woman. Tell me, woman, how you hold those fantastic fruits on your lips, on your hands, in your fingertips, on your backbones. Tell me, woman, how you hold those fantastic fruits on your lips, in your hands, in your fingertips, on your backbones. You hang it in the hanger of your body to dry it in the sun and store for the rainy days for your family, so they can sustain the crisis and restore their energy and needn't have to go door to door. You have a hidden harvest, prickly, spiky, and blunt. They come out when men are in trouble and when you want. Some of your fruits have the texture of anger, a ravishing spicy smell, a special power to ignite, but only few people can tell. When they know it, they raise their eyebrows. They think it's outrageous and odd, an anomaly in their house. Woman, you are running with fruits, without proper clothes and shoes, bare hands, half fed, or in an empty stomach, but you continue to produce. Your visible fruits are your busy breasts, filled with the juice of life inside, but your curious brain has fruits of fire and flame. Woman, why don't you confide? ধন্যবাদ। আসলেই তাই।
Thank you very much, Shamim. It's a really a wonderful poem, and which you have heard, that you have just symbolizes the fruit as a woman, and at the same time, it is for everyone. Fruit is not for only man or woman; it is for everyone, and there is, it's a wonderful thinking. And I hope that you have enjoyed, the viewers, I hope that you have also enjoyed this program, enjoyed this poem. So Shamim,
Thank you
really,
so much. I'm going to go backstage now.
I know that you are
invite another one.
no problem. I'm not seeing any other one on the backstage. Maybe Beatrice, Norma is waiting, and later I can just add her. But you can wait, and you can just listen to others, their poems.
All right.
Well, Shamim, just wait. Not now, not yet. And now I want to go to a poet from Italy, but now living in Switzerland. But she already told us that she is going to Iraq. That means another troublesome area and another place of war and fighting. Sometimes the war is over there, but inside it is not yet over. Sometimes we see that car bomb explode there, and other things happen. So, Lucilla, would you please tell something about why you are going to Iraq and what's the reason? Because I'm curious.
Yes,
going to a
I'm
travel
going.
area. Yeah,
I'm
please.
going to a festival. I'm going to
Oh, yeah,
art,
that's good.
literature, poetry festival, music festival. It's
So
called.
it's also very good news that after war they are now living the normal life,
Yes.
and the art culture it is now they are practicing. That is really good for us.
It's a
Okay,
big,
go ahead.
it's a huge festival. It lasts several weeks. I will go only for the poetry sections, which will be 3-4 days. And well, and it's actually very exciting, the idea for me. It's the first time. It's a place I always wanted to visit. So it's called Babylon Festival. It's not far away from Baghdad, as much as I know. But I'm here to read a poem, so I would like to say a few words before about what I feel about the war. We live in a time when, you know, it feels almost like our year is going back in time. It seems like humanity is not able to learn from our past, which is still very near somehow, particularly in that area. We are living in a dark moment, and so what can we do? We feel like we are helpless. What can we do? We have a need for empathy in communication. We need to get closer, recognize each other's humanity, to speak one single voice. I want to quote Neruda here. Neruda said that poetry is in itself an act of peace. So we as poets every day create messages of peace. Every time we sit alone at our tables, we share our innermost realities. So the highest form of peacekeeping, in my opinion, is spreading and bridging culture, is spreading and bridging understanding, empathy. I just read a book by a Vietnamese author. Let me see if I can say your name. I'm very bad at saying words in other languages. Nguyen Pan Que Mai. And she said that if the powerful masters of war would read the literature of the world, there would be no more wars. Maybe it's a bit naive, a bit romantic, but the future is of the dreamers. So our task as poets is to pass on history, the history of the people, the history of ordinary people of the street, and not the history of those who win the wars and the way they write the history for the use. Because as long as the memory remains impressed on our skin, in our blood, we can hope that history will not be repeated. My poem, though, it's not about war. My poem is for women, and I will read in Italian and then in English. Noi siamo. Torna a casa, sorella. Respira. Nel cerchio siamo spazio sacro. Insieme siamo la madre, la treccia, la mano che cuce. Siamo il principio e siamo la fine. Solstizio e notte d'estate. Siamo le lune, il fiume, la terra. Serpente, farfalla, tela di ragno. E poi mela, la croce del sud. Siamo racconti all'ombra dei fuochi, danza in argento di veli e deserto, cavigliere che cantano oltraggio, schiene piegate sui campi di riso, bambole gonfie, bordelli di Russia. Il legno e la voce di un vecchio in giardini stranieri. Il latte di mandorla, siamo cicli di monti e di laghi, voci di notte, cuscini di pianto, siamo il ventre del nido la culla per chi vuol tornare. Siamo sangue che scorre, siamo la vita, siamo l'amore nel vento, segni e parole, siamo la forza, l'urlo strozzato. Torna a casa, sorella, insieme siamo e insieme ricordiamo, narriamo insieme silenzio mai imbrigliato, insieme diamo vita al mondo nuovo, le linee prolunghiamo all'infinito. Quando ti chiederanno, tu dirai, noi siamo insieme, siamo. We are. We are the mothers, we are braids that unite hands, that's you. We are the beginning and we are the end. Solstice and summer nights. We are the moons, the river, the earth. We are tales around the fires. Silver dance of veils and we are deserts. Singing anklets, backs bent on rice fields, swollen dolls in the brothels of Russia. The cane, the wood and the voice of an old man in a foreign garden. Almond milk. We are life on the mountains, by the lakes, pillows of sorrow. We are womb and nest, the cradle for those who want to return. We are blood that flows. We are life. We are love. Snake, butterfly, spider's web, and then apple, the Southern Cross. We are whispered nights, cradled songs in boundless storms of signs and words. We are the strength and the scream. Shocked. Come home, sister. Together we are, and together we remember. Together we narrate silence never bridled. Together we give life to the new world. The lines we extend to infinity. When they ask you, you say, we are. Together we are. Thank you.
Okay, it's a wonderful poem, and you have heard it, the viewers. So thank you very much, Lucilla Trapazzo. And if you like, you can stay with us, or if you like, you can also leave. So it's up to you. Now, just I'm showing you one video, and this video has been done by an Ukrainian poet, and he lives in Kyiv, near Kyiv. Am I right, Kubreska? I'm talking about
No, you are not right. He lives in Utsk. Utsk. Not Kiev,
Okay.
Utsk. Tatiana is originally from Kiev, and she escaped to Tatra Mountains because it was so dangerous for her family. But Mykola lives in Utsk.
Something I want to tell in Bangla. একজন কবির আমি এখন একটা ভিডিও দেখাবো, তিনি ইউক্রেনের কবি। আমি তাকে বলেছিলাম যে আজকের অনুষ্ঠানে উপস্থিত থাকতে। আমার বন্ধু এবং কুপ্রেস্কারও বন্ধু, কুপ্রেস্কা একটু আগে কথা বলছিলেন ওর সম্পর্কেই। তো আমাকে বললো যে তাকে আমি পেলাম ইন্টারনেটে, কারণ ওখানে তো এখন কানেকশনেরই ভীষণ সমস্যা। ইউক্রেনে অন্য সমস্যা তো আরো বেশি তীব্র, সেটা আপনারা শুনেছেন তাতিয়ানার কাছে। আমাকে বললেন এই কবি, অর্থাৎ ওর নাম উচ্চারণ করতে একটু মানে আমার কাছে একটু সমস্যা হয়, কারণ আমাদের বাঙালি উচ্চারণে এবং স্পেলিং এর সঙ্গে মিলিয়ে উচ্চারণ করাটা যায় না, সেই জন্য। কিন্তু ওনার নাম হচ্ছে মিয়োকোয়া মার্তিনুক, এবং তিনি থাকেন উস্ক নামে একটি জায়গায়, কিন্তু এই মুহূর্তে যুদ্ধই চলছে সেখানে। তা আমাকে সেজন্য বললেন যে আমি থাকতে পারবো না এই সময়ে, কারণ আমাকে কাজ করতে হবে, এবং তিনি বুঝিয়ে দিলেন যে যুদ্ধের জন্যই কাজ করছেন, যদিও তার বয়স কিন্তু অনেক, মানে 50 হয়ে গেছে, কারণ 1971 সালে তার জন্ম। সেই কবি পরে আমাকে একটি ভিডিও করে পাঠান তার একটি কবিতার, এবং আমি একটা জিনিস জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম যে আপনি কি এই যে আপনাদের যে সাফারিংস, মানে এই যে কষ্ট হচ্ছে, এই যে যুদ্ধের মধ্যে আছেন, যে অমানবিক ব্যাপার ঘটছে, এত মৃত্যু, হত্যা, রক্তপাত, প্রতিদিন বোমাবর্ষণ, বিদ্যুৎ নেই, এর মধ্য দিয়ে যে যাচ্ছেন, তো আপনার অনুভূতিটা কি? তখন আমাকে বললেন যে আমরা সংগ্রামী জাতি, আমরা হেরে যাই না। তারপরে আমাকে একটা কবিতা পাঠালেন, সেই কবিতাটা যুদ্ধের কবিতা নয়, একটা কবিতা যুদ্ধের, কিন্তু আরেকটি কবিতা যুদ্ধের নয়। তিনি বোঝাতে চাইলেন যে আমরা স্বাভাবিক আছি, থাকতে চাই, যুদ্ধের মধ্যে থেকেও আমরা লড়াই করছি। What I was telling to my viewers, those are watching from Bangladesh, that this poet is from Usk of Ukraine. And when I contacted him through Kupreska, he was telling me that I cannot be there when the live program will be online. I cannot be there, but I'm sending you the one video, and that you can just show to your viewers. So now I'm just showing that video. It is not about war, but about something hope, and something that they are facing the problem, but they want to overcome it. That is the message of the poem, so far I understood. I translated also this poem into Bangla. I will read it later. So now listen to the poem or see the video, watch it. It's a really good poem, so far I understood. I'm sharing from one of my computer folder. So just a minute.
Hello, Bangladesh. I am Mykola Martynuk from Ukraine. I live in West Ukraine in Volyn. And my poems. From the cycle The Puppet Theatre. Коли на світі вимер останній мамут, в мій дім навідались безцеремонні зайшлі люди і повеліли: купи слона. Їх переконлива настійність, що щирість не мала меж. І я купив собі матрьошку, бо знав, напевне, вони таки продешевили. Учора за ці гроші мені пропонували маріонетку, та я не взяв. Хіба я лох який? Маріонетку за слона. And other poems. В нашого минулого шрами від татарського зілля. Припалі золою пошерхлих згарищ, що й досі животочать заповітним миром. В нашого прийдешнього різкий запах свіжостятого аїру. А ми все лепеха, лепеха лепечемо. І, пожбуривши на відмах старі граблі, вперто і густо посипаємо голову попелом. Слава Богу, нас не обділено численними татарами і яничарами на середокрестях і подовж епох. Thanks.
You have heard the poem. It's really a wonderful poem about hope and despair, both about fighting and also about the normal life. তো প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা শুনলেন কবিতাটি। আমাকে ইউক্রেন থেকে উনি ভিডিও করে পাঠিয়েছেন, এই মুহূর্তে লাইভে থাকতে পারবেন না বলে। তো এখন আমি কবিতাটার বাংলা অনুবাদ পড়ছি। I'm just now reading the English Bengali translation because of our viewers, so that they can get the beauty of this poem. কবিতাটা এরকম: যখন শেষ ম্যামথ পৃথিবীতে মারা গেছে, আমার বাড়ি পরিদর্শন করা হয়েছিল। গাল ভরা বিচরণকারীকে তারা আদেশ করেছে, একটা হাতি কিনুন। তাদের বিশ্বাসযোগ্যতা, জিদ, সেই সাথে আন্তরিকতা সীমাহীন ছিল। এবং আমি নিজেকে কিনেছি একটা মেট্রোস্কা, কারণ আমি নিশ্চিত জানতাম তারা পেয়েছে হাতি এবং সব পাবে পরে সস্তা। গতকাল টাকার জন্য তারা আমাকে অনেক কিছুই অফার করেছে, একটা মেরিওনেট, কিন্তু আমি নেইনি। আমি কি এত লোভী যে নেব? আমি আসলে এখনো একটি হাতির জন্য অপেক্ষায় আছি, এবং যদি কিছু নিতে হয় তাহলে এইরকম রাজকীয় কিছুই নেওয়া ভালো। এর পরের কবিতাটা ক্ষত আছে। এই কবিতাটা একটু শুনুন। এই কবিতাটি যুদ্ধের সঙ্গে কিছুটা সম্পৃক্ত, কিন্তু তার মধ্যেও তার অন্যরকম ভাবনা কাজ করছে। শুনুন কবিতাটা। আমাদের অতীতে তাতার বিষাক্ত ভেষজ থেকে যা ধুলায় পরিণত হয়েছে, আগুনের শুকনো দৃশ্যের ছবি আমরা দেখেছি। তারা আজও আমাদের মারছে, তাদের বিশ্বের উত্তরাধিকার সঙ্গে নিয়ে আমাদের ভবিষ্যৎকে ধারালো এবং দুঃসহ করে তুলছে, সদ্য কাটা মুন্ডের মতো। এবং আমরা নিজেরা বকাবকি করে চলেছি, পাশ কাটিয়ে যাচ্ছি, কিন্তু পুরনো রোখ, ক্রোধ ফিরে আসছে, এবং আমরা আমাদের মাথা ঢেকে রাখবো না। দৃঢ়ভাবে পুরু ছাই দিয়ে সৃষ্টিকর্তাকে ধন্যবাদ দেই। আমাদেরকে কিছুই দান করার দরকার নেই। অগণিত তাতার আমরা রয়েছি চৌরাস্তার উপর এবং বরাবর সবসময়। আপনাদেরকে এখানে বলে রাখি যে ইউক্রেনে কিন্তু তাতার বাহিনী বা তাতার বংশোদ্ভূত বহু মানুষ আছেন, এবং আমাদের সঙ্গে আজকে যে তাতিয়ানা যুক্ত হয়েছিলেন ইউক্রেন থেকে, তিনি কিন্তু এইরকমই একটা জায়গা আছেন যেখানে তাতাররা থাকেন ইউক্রেনের মধ্যেই, কিন্তু সেটা একটা পাহাড়ের উপরে আশ্রয় নিয়েছেন তাতারদের মধ্যে তাতিয়ানা। যুদ্ধ থেকে রক্ষা পাওয়ার জন্যে তিনি এবং তার স্বামী সেই পাহাড়ে আশ্রয় নিয়েছেন, যাতে যুদ্ধের ক্ষেত্র থেকে দূরে থাকা যায়। তো এই কবিতার মধ্যে আপনারা দেখবেন যে তাতারের কথা বলা আছে, অর্থাৎ এই কবিও তাতার বংশোদ্ভূত বলে আমার মনে হলো, যদিও জিজ্ঞেস করা হয়নি, কিন্তু অনেকটা আমার ধারণা হয়েছে, কারণ কবিতার মধ্যে সেরকমই কিছু অনুষঙ্গ আছে। আর আপনি জানেন যে তাতাররা কিন্তু বংশগতভাবে মঙ্গোলীয়, এবং তারা কিন্তু একটা যোদ্ধা জাতি, বীরের জাতি ছিল। তো কবিতার অনুবাদটা শুনলাম অনেকক্ষণ ধরে। আমাকে বলে চলেছেন সুস্মিতা যে তিনি কবিতা পড়তে চান। সুচিস্মিতা, দুঃখিত। এই তরুণী কেন এত ব্যস্ত হয়ে গেছেন আমি বুঝতে পারলাম না, কারণ তার তো রাত্রি জাগরণের সমস্যা থাকার কথা নয়। সুচিস্মিতা, তোমার কি খুব সমস্যা হচ্ছিল? এখানে বলে রাখি সুচিস্মিতা মালদা থেকে যুক্ত হয়েছে, তো নিশ্চয়ই কোনো তাড়া আছে, সেই জন্য আমাকে বলছিলেন। আমি ওকে অপেক্ষায় রেখেছিলাম যে ওর জন্য তো আসলে অপেক্ষা করাটা একটু সহজ হতে পারে।
অ্যাকচুয়ালি কোভিড এর পর থেকে একটুখানি উইক হয়ে যাওয়াতে খাওয়া দাওয়ার সময় আর ওষুধের সময়টা
তুমি কি কোভিডে আক্রান্ত হয়েছিলে?
হ্যাঁ, আমি জানুয়ারিতে 20 দিন কোভিডে আক্রান্ত ছিলাম।
আচ্ছা, বুঝতে পেরেছি। ঠিক আছে, দুঃখিত আমি। তুমি পড়ো তোমার কবিতা এবং তারপরে তোমার ইচ্ছে হলে চলে যেও। So now Suchismita Ghoshal from Malda, India, she will read her poem, and if she likes, can tell something to our viewers also.
First of all, a very good evening to all the global dignitaries present with us in this beautiful platform of the Arcar Literary Festival, which is about Women's Day Festival. Today is our International Women's Day, and I heartily greet everyone who are present here. And so my today's poem is all about the current situation of women. The poem is basically a metaphorical poem which compares an empty shaker cup or glass with the current situation of women go through. It was a very random poem and thought which struck at my head, and I shaped it as a poem while drinking my cold coffee. Okay, so let's start the poem. The title of my poem is Women Represent the Empty Cup of Shake. Wherever I see emptiness adorned beautifully, it makes me remember this could be nothing but the entire entity of woman. This empty container, painted with scrambled chocolate sauce, reminds me of the days when a woman is subjected to give comfort even if she feels sucked from inside. Her flesh might give the taste of flavors. She may appear like her best, ravishing enough to knock you down in a few seconds and holds no intent to be fucked. You suck her like you suck the entire coffee in seconds. You love to take in the distinguished taste of every little ingredient. Your tongue finds the euphoric pleasure when you can differentiate the taste of her body, like the same way you do between brewing coffee and ice cream. The chilling effect was your appeasement when you finally compared her body with the ice cubes that brings down the fire in your soul. You hate when she speaks in between as the dominance eats your head with the idea that the same authority main access should not be on the plate of a woman. You hate when you feel interruption as it does not let you peacefully murder her every day. You hate if she screams and cries as you may feel the orgasm but she feels the trauma. You hate if she bleeds on her periods and it won't be the night of her experiments. You hate it, all of it, all she does and says, until she represents you with the bindi, shari, ghungat, a plate of curry, sabzi, water-filled glass at your night table, and you stare on her sagging breast while you eat your dishes, burning with her look, along with eating her half there at the very minute. She is not an eatable like your lunch and dinner. She is not a cup of shake like your cold coffee. The last day when I took the last sip of coffee, it shook me from inside. It broke me down with a strange thought as the vacuum of the cup before my last slurp could quite familiarize the terror women go through when they are sucked and tasted for the sake of sexual contentment. Have you seen the lines before a red light area? You can easily define it as a queue of prostitutes and also a queue of hungry men, right? But I do see different type of pleasant shakes in different forms, colors, and tastes are showcased before a summer tired bunch of customers who are jostling with their vigor, pride, and manhood to compete. Who could finish them up the fastest? It's strange how one by one, part by part, each glass of shake is distributed among them. They jump, taste, and finish them up just like winning a race. Here, the contest is easier as they are meant to be fought only, quite like use and throw. I believe if this race could be introduced in Olympic, no country would witness any drought in their medal list. The women would be drunk like palatable shakes, and men would keep on showing their glorious triumph in winning medals. For the sport, you drink shakes in a gap of every 4 years.
Thank you very much, Shuchismita, for your
Thank you so
wonderful
much.
poem. And you have many messages in this poem. And I hope that the viewers, you have also enjoyed her poem.
Yes, sir.
Also,
We
I
have,
want to say you goodbye because, yes,
yes, sir.
you can't hear
So
me?
this poem,
Okay,
yes,
I'm saying you goodbye to you because you
yes,
need
sir.
to leave
Have a very
for your health
nice
cause.
program. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
I
so
was
see you in the
very
next program.
okay, sure, sir.
So আপনারা এতক্ষণ শুনলেন সুচিস্মিতা ঘোষালের কবিতা এবং তিনি পড়লেন একটা বেশ, আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি সুচিস্মিতা নিজে যদি ইয়ে করতে মানে যেতে পারছে না, আমার মনে হচ্ছে কোনো সমস্যা নেই। আমি কি সুচিস্মিতা তোমাকে সাহায্য করব? মনে হয় ঠিক আছে, আমি দেখছি। তো সুচিস্মিতার কবিতা শুনলেন। এই আমাদের আসলে সময় হাতে কম, আমি কথা না বলি, বরং এবার আমি যেতে চাই রিচার্ড স্পিসাকের কাছে, বিকজ হি ইজ ওয়েটিং ফর লং টাইম অ্যান্ড আই এম সরি রিচার্ড। So
Perfectly fine, sir. It's been a pleasure hearing all these fine poets sharing the deepest parts of their heart. My little statement would be this. My poet heart tells me that we are all the same. We all need shelter. We all need food. We all need care. And those who forget are truly lost. And it's up to poets who feel, poets who have heart, poets who carry civilization. The oldest stories we know were brought to us by poets. And I think poets have a responsibility today to remind the heartless, to remind the fools, to remind the angry of our common blood, our common world, the common waters, that nourish us all. And thank you for letting me make that little statement. I have two brief little poems to you that I will share. One is heartfelt and happy and salutes women for joy, and one is tragic and reminds us of our friends in Iraq. Not Iraq this time, but instead Ukraine. I heard a powerful story. I heard a little video clip that was so amazing. I thought, oh, if only everyone could hear that clip, could hear the honest words of a grandmother told to a Russian soldier. I wrote this. It's called, "What Did the Old Lady Say to the Soldier?" It almost sounds like a joke. What did the old lady say to the soldier? "Why are you here?" the old lady asked. "My dear young soldier, standing with that rifle so bold, here on my street, on your way to defeat. Are you here to kill your brothers? Will you be glad to kill their mothers? Kill their babies too? Do you have rabies? Is that why you are crazy? Must we die so you can save us? Will you find your grave here with us? Why are you here? Did you come to kill us? You'll die here, little man. Go back while you can. Don't you understand, little man? You mustn't spill us and kill us and shoot us, pollute us." "Grandmother," the soldier said, "you should go before it gets worse." She turned to him and said, "In all this killing, make it worse? You came to save us by killing us. Plant your bombs and spilling us. Leave before it gets worse." "Gets worse? I place on you my most awful curse. You'll die here and lie here. You'll be hated and worse. Put these seeds in your pocket so flowers will bloom where your bodies fall." "Please go, old mother, before it gets worse," said the soldier, pleading. "Worse than you? Worse than your killing? Will you kill us all to save us? In the grave your victory awaits. Get out of my gate. Go home before it gets worse with my curse." Now it's sad, it's angry, but it's a woman's truth, and God bless her for it. And now something that treats on the beauty, the joy, the grace, the power of women. This little poem I write in tribute to every mother. To every mother, hear this. It's called The First Gifts. Yes, you welcomed those babes at your breast, gave them from your own life sustenance, thought first of them, their pleasure, their pain, their needs, then some other, then yourself. You brought them through the most holy, sacred gate they will ever enter into this world and into human life. It can be readily said you gave them the first gifts before the gods at the cradle round bestowed those precious others. You clothed them in flesh, gave them their first form, what cells and man and fashion could give, you gave first. Before your gift there was nothing, and your giving self made every other giving possible. When the first cry is heard, it calls your name. When each searching hand first reaches out, it reaches out for yours. When you press those tiny lips to your breast and smell those first tender breaths, those sweet garden scents are meant for you alone. As tiny fingers first begin that long, lonely search, they search first for you. Never is this new being more beautiful than when seen with your eye. Never is the kind of blessing given than that given from your eye and your wondrous heart. No wonder the mother is so universally blessed. No wonder such special blessedness belongs first and last to mothers. She has given so much of her flesh, of her heart, the first gifts. I thank every woman.
Well, very good reading it was, and we have enjoyed it very much. And the poets here are applauding you. Now, just we are running out of time, so I'm just going to the next poet. Kubreska, I will come to you maybe later, just after this poet. I'm just inviting Beatriz from Mexico.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good morning. It's a pleasure for me to participate in these commemorative days.
And
of
just a
women.
minute, I want to introduce you to the viewers. Beatriz.
Okay.
Beatriz is from Mexico, and he is a poet, essayist, researcher, and teacher, as well as working for cultural organization, for an organization, and also she in fact is very active about poetry and the festivals you organize. Am I right, Beatriz?
Yes, you are right. Thank you very much, Masood.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm so happy to be here today, that a Woman's Day, and we want to talk about a woman in my country that many times here in my country every day there are more missing women. It's horrible that in Mexico every day kill a large number of women. That's horrible, but happen every day. So I write a poem to talk about that. My poem say like this: Woman in Mexico. Who is from the air the fair, when all memory burns behind? There is a feeling in the calm when words are not longer enough. We speak without a voice, postponing the face, the light that without weight undresses, about the flight of insect, because the fallen flower no longer has an aroma in the beautiful face of the disappeared. There are women who darken the winds when they saturate the silence in Mexico. Every clue keeps us on our toes, but the absence extends, and his lost look breaks in where we see that open our minds when words are silent. So as not as should is actually the fundamental writing behind of death. Well, thank you very much, Nasu and Anna, Stefan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, you too, Beatriz. And if you like, you can stay with us. And if you need to leave, then you can leave. It is up to you, Beatriz.
Okay, I wait with you. Yes.
Okay, stay with us. Thank you very much. And now just I will go to Marcia. Before you and Kubreska, I want to invite Anna Maria. Anna, would you please say something about this program, because you are the organizer of this program, and as well as you are also living in Poland, and also you have just the neighbor of Ukraine. So what's your experience over there you had or you're having now?
So as we know, it's International Women's Day, but the situation in Ukraine makes us overwhelmed, and I think it's unbelievable how people can be helpful here, but not only in Poland, in other countries too. They try to help Ukrainians. And I only hope that this war stops soon. It hasn't started yesterday, but it lasts more than 8 years, around 8 years. But it's escalating, and it's just terrible. And
since the invasion of,
so I don't
since
know.
the occupation of Crimea.
Yes, I can hear, I can read how many people are running away from Ukraine, escaping to save their lives. Politicians do.
Well, thank you very much for your.
Normal people try to help.
Would you like to read any poem?
Oh, I have one poem. Yes.
Okay, read it, please.
If I may. It's just about helping people. Which a helpful hand. Open your eyes and don't stay blind. The world needs your helpful hand. So much poverty, so much pain. Among the happy ones, I'm sorry, it escaped. It escaped once again. A helpful hand. Open your eyes. And don't stay blind. The world needs your helpful hand. So much poverty, so much pain among the happy ones, so much misery. You have your problems, own, you say. But egoist life is not the way. Why should I care about the others when I am not his or her brother, when others don't support me? Well, what can I say to you today? Be generous, be helpful. Don't think of reward. You will win the ultimate word, your award. You may create a better place to live in peace, eternal harmony. So be the spark that makes the difference humanity wishes for, even if the difference means hope restored for only one ill, weak, disabled, or hungry human being. These are just ideals, just words, but I can see people help.
Well, thank you very much for your this poem and helping people.
And these times I rather think about this, not about women.
Oh yeah, understood.
Beauty, such
helping anyone, any distressed one, we need to help. Okay, now just I want to go to Kubreska, and at last, Marcia, I will listen to you, and never mind, please.
I would like to read a very short poem because I'm a volunteer and I think that everybody can help Ukrainian people.
Before that, I want to listen about your just I'm introducing you to the viewers that Kubreska from Poland, and she is an eminent poet from there, but at the moment she is working as a volunteer for the refugees coming from Ukraine to Poland, and she is working for them. So please share your experience with us.
It's my call for help for them. A little angel. I will send you my angel. Take care of him. He is so small that you can hide him in your hand or deep in your heart. Remember that my angel is nourished by your smiles, well-wishing words, and good deeds. Don't allow him to die from hunger. Thank you.
Yeah, so how you are working and how you are just seeing them, the sufferings. Could you please share with us a little?
We collect different things for them, different gifts from people, and families who come to us, they have just nothing, and we give them all stuff that they want, that they need. And then there are so many people that, and we are working for free. So I have no time for writing. Now I'm working.
Understood. I'm very grateful to you because you are busy over there. You are, and almost all the time you are working for them. But you have come here in this program, So thank you very much. And dear viewers, আমি বাংলায় বলি কুপ্রেস্কা পোল্যান্ডের কবি, ইতিমধ্যে আমরা বলেছি, আমি বলেছি, আপনারা বুঝেছেন। কিন্তু একটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ব্যাপার হচ্ছে কুপ্রেস্কা ইউক্রেন থেকে যে সমস্ত রিফিউজি বা উদ্বাস্তু আসছে পোল্যান্ডে আশ্রয় নিয়েছে, এখন পর্যন্ত প্রায় 2 লাখের কাছাকাছি পৌঁছে গেছে সেই সংখ্যাটা। না সরি, এটা প্রায় 500,000 পৌঁছে গেছে, মানে 5 লাখের মতো পৌঁছে গেছে প্রায়, যারা আশ্রয় নিয়েছে পোল্যান্ডে, একমাত্র পোল্যান্ডে। তো তাদের যে এই উদ্বাস্তুদের জন্য যারা কাজ করছেন ভলেন্টিয়ার হিসেবে, স্বেচ্ছাকর্মী হিসেবে, তাদের মধ্যে একজন হচ্ছেন কুপ্রেস্কা। এই বয়সেও আপনারা খেয়াল করুন যে এই বয়সেও কিন্তু কুপ্রেস্কা এই উদ্বাস্তুদের জন্য তার সাহায্যের হাত বাড়িয়ে দিয়েছেন, তিনি কাজ করছেন। এবং সেই জন্যই আমাকে একটু বললেনই যে আমি তো লেখার সময় পাচ্ছি না, এবং সার্বক্ষণিকভাবে ব্যস্ত থাকছেন কুপ্রেস্কা এই উদ্বাস্তুদের নিয়ে। তো থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ কুপ্রেস্কা ফর কামিং and joining with us. Now I'll go to our last poet, to Marcia Danduta, and he is from so far I can guess that he is from Romania. Am I right, Marcia?
Perfectly right, sir. And I am very happy to be here with you. It's an honor and a privilege. Actually, I'm writing in Czech, but I am from Romania, and tonight, actually here, I am in Bucharest, Romania. What would you like me to do? To read the poem I prepared?
Yeah, hey, please.
Okay, only I have to tell you that it is dedicated to the International Women's Day, because I didn't know today it was supposed to be also a round table about the situation in Ukraine. So it is dedicated to the ideal of the woman, if it is no problem for you.
Yeah, no problem. We
Okay.
have just this idea also.
Thank you very much. The title is The Missing Link, and it has also a subtitle, a song about useless repetition. You offer me your smile, you offer me your kiss, you offer me your lips, you offer me your cheeks, you offer me your arms, you offer me your legs, you offer me your breasts, you offer me your body, you offer me your beauty, you offer me your virginity, you offer me your femininity, you offer me your love, you offer me your sweetness, you offer me your tenderness, you offer me your gentleness, you offer me yourself, you offer me your everything, you offer me your all. You ask me, what else do I need? You ask me, what else do I want? You ask me, what else do I expect? Why don't I take? Why don't I accept? Why don't I enjoy your smile, your kiss, your lips, your cheeks, your arms, your legs, your breast, your body, your beauty, your virginity, your femininity, your love, your sweetness, your tenderness, your gentleness, yourself, your everything, your all? You say that a lot of people would be happy to be in my place and to be offered as much as you offer me. You mention that after offering so much, it is normal for you to expect something in return. You stress that you don't understand. Why am I still silent? Why am I still not expressing my whole love for you? Why am I still not clearly stating you're definitely the one I will select, elect, pick, favor, prefer, want, take, go for, choose? I am aware that in a certain way.
Well,
yes.
Thank you very much, Marcia.
But it's not.
So we are at the
It's not.
Okay,
ready.
okay. Please go ahead.
It's not. Sorry, it's not ready. It's not over. I am aware that in a certain way, you are right. Yes, I shouldn't be silent. Yes, I should clearly express myself. Yes, you are certainly that kind. Someone would definitely select, elect, pick, favor, prefer, want, take, go for, choose. Yes, You offer me a lot. Yes, you offer me all you can offer. You offer me your all. Yes, according to your judgment, there's nothing more I could expect. However, I do. For you offer me only all you can offer. For you offer me only your all. And what I need from you, all I need from you, is the only thing you aren't able to offer. The freedom of selecting, electing, picking, favoring, preferring, wanting, taking, going for. The freedom of choosing you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Marcia. And we have heard his poem, a wonderful piece of writing.
Thank you.
Okay, now just we are at the fag end of the program, of this program. So we have to leave. But before leaving, just I want to ask Gonzalez and Beatriz to say just a few words. And Lucilla, if you like, you can also speak. Norma Gonzalez from Spain.
Yes, I am very thankful to you because we have had an opportunity to express ourselves, to express our feelings. And I wanted to say that to remember a very important woman that was called Teresa Malkiel, that she on February 28, 1909 in New York, she organized a sort of revolt. She was Ukrainian born, and she was an American labor activist, suffragist, educator, and she from factory work to leadership in the Socialist Party, and she wrote a novel that was called The Diary of a Shirtwaist Striker, and she helped to change the laws in New York, and she raised awareness about many points and many things, and she fought for many rights that we are enjoying now. So we must remember those women, so many that have passed through history.
Yeah, that's right, and in fact, Norma, yes, salute to her, hats off. Okay, Lucilla, please.
Yes, I want to say thank you. Thank you for to all of you for your beautiful voices. I want to say a bigger thank you to Alicia for what she's doing. I would like to hug you, Alicia, in this moment. And just maybe something a bit, it's a small thing that if women had the power, there would not be wars. Just
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Good night to everybody.
Yes,
Love
in,
you.
in fact,
Thank you very much.
in fact, women they are always in war, also in this patriarchal society. Yes, you are right.
Yes.
Just now I'm concluding this session, but before leaving, just a few words. Nothing, but I want to give thanks to all of you, particularly, of course, to Anna, because she worked hard for the last 3 or 4 days, and you are all of you are very busy persons, but you have come to this program. I'm very grateful to you all, and the viewers. I'm also grateful to you, and profoundly grateful, in fact, and I hope that you will join again in our next program. আর বাংলায় বলি সবাইকে শুভরাত্রি। আজকে নারী দিবস ছিল, নারীরা প্রতিদিনই যুদ্ধ করছে এই পিতৃতান্ত্রিক সমাজে, এবং একটু আগে নর্মা বলছিলেন যে নিউ ইয়র্কে নারীদের অধিকারের জন্য এক নারী সেই 1909 সালে একটা আন্দোলনে যুক্ত হয়েছিল, এবং তিনি কিন্তু আজকে নারীরা যে অধিকার পাচ্ছে সেখানে, বা আমরা আন্তর্জাতিকভাবে পাচ্ছি, সেটা কিন্তু সূচনা হয়েছিল একজন ইউক্রেনীয় নারীর আন্দোলনের ফল হিসেবে। তো আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন। আমি কুপ্রেস্কাকেও একটু ধন্যবাদ দেব। I want to just give thanks to Kupreska because she invited the Ukrainian poets on behalf of this program. So Kupreska, thank you too.
Thank you.
সমস্ত দর্শকদের আমি অভিবাদন জানাই যারা এই অনুষ্ঠানটা এত ধৈর্য ধরে শুনলেন দেশে এবং বিদেশে। ভালো থাকবেন সবাই। Goodbye to you all.